And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and rock cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here, rock cod Rick Maxa is here too, and Captain Tim Ekstrom is our guest today. Royal Star Sport Fishing, talking long-range fishing. It's just so exciting. You know, you forget about, no, I don't forget about it. You know, you think about long-range fishing and how exciting it truly is.
Nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah. It's not just the fishing. It's not just the it's everything. It's the total package. Yep. It's being away from the phone for that long, and it's being down to these areas where there's just not a lot of people at, and you know the nature part that comes along with it, and seeing the fish and seeing the bird, and then the fishing that has the potential of going on down there. It is a very, very unique experience, and in the terms of those big ones, it's the ultimate challenge.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. I would have loved to have I was sitting here thinking that, the microphone for between takes, everybody's, hey, what do those guys talk about? The commercials are going, we're full fish goons.
Yeah.
We're talking about, we're just
dorks.
Talking about fish stories and big 200-pounders blowing out next to the boat and bait balls.
Yeah, stuff you don't see that stuff anywhere else, really.
Not like that.
Not
like that. And, it's like, it's almost an everyday thing. I say that all the time. I got my phone's full of these pictures. It's just another day at the office.
Fishing's like the bonus,
It is.
It's like all the stuff all the adventure and all the experiences you get on a long range trip. It's just nothing like it.
It's very unique, and it's very unique, and it's something that I just so encourage everybody to go do, because I hear it a lot in the shop. I don't want to be gone that long. I don't want to do this. Or I haven't caught a big. I don't think I could catch one like that. Man, everybody that's got that doubt, you owe it to yourself as a fisherman and somebody that loves the sport. You owe it to yourself to go, because you don't need to be this expert angler to go down and have success on a long range trip. The crews that are on these boats, Royal Star in particular, I mean, if you are competent at fishing at all, like, they will walk you through it. And even if you're not, I mean, you've got the most professional people in the world showing you step by step how to do it. And when you do hook a big one, I mean, there's the ultimate coach that could ever be. I mean, from every step of the way, put your hand on this rod here. Once you set it on the rail there, move your body like this. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for you. And you've got somebody every step of the way. You owe it to yourself to try.
Awesome. Yeah.
We've talked about it many a times. If it's a novice angler or haven't been long-range fishing before, there's a lot of trepidation expressed about, I don't want to be out there amongst all these experts. I won't fit in. I don't want to get in everybody's way. It's the exact opposite.
Totally, man.
Everybody on the boat, to a trip, to an individual, they're so welcoming of somebody that's new to fishing or new to this kind of fishing. Everybody's excited about it. They want to introduce something like, you're not going to be able to believe how cool this is. They can't wait.
And once you go, you're hooked.
That's it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, hey, you have a chance to win a trip on the Liberty out of Fisherman's Landing. All lines are almost full. We have one line open, 877-792-1090. Been a busy morning. There's your shot to get through, 877-792-1090. Also, you have a chance to win. Just tell Adam if you want to go. We want somebody that wants to go to the CCA California San Diego chapter banquet at Hub SeaWorld. It's Saturday, November 10th. It's going to be a great event in the afternoon. Beautiful venue for this great event. It's a fundraiser for CCA. You get your own table of 10, $500 value, courtesy of Steve over at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, right across the street from Hub's. So if you want to go to the CCA banquet and have your own table of 10, we're going to give it to you. Just tell Adam, I want in on that drawing for the CCA table of 10, and we'll draw it at the end of the show today. Let's jump into the phones, Rick.
You got it, buddy. How about we talk to Mitch, who's calling us from Santee this morning. Hi, Mitch. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, you guys. I got a question for Tim. I've been on a couple 3-day trips. This is like 30 years ago. And at night, they'll go in closer to shore and just anchor up and not fish. I noticed a lot of big fish are caught at night. Now, does it depend on the amount of days you're out or the location, or how do they figure that out?
It's all of the above. You know, every fishery, we're very fluid. Let me put it that way, and we adjust our strategies based on conditions, current conditions, information that we're receiving from our network of resources out on the water, and then our gut feelings too. You know, there are times. I'll give you a good example. There's been all this bluefin fishing at night, over the past couple of years out there west of San Diego. It's a no-brainer. You know, you're gonna drift all night long. You're gonna pursue that bluefin. But if the wind blows 25 knots and there's a 10-foot sea, you're not gonna do that at night. You know what I mean? It's not going to be productive, and nobody's going to have a good time. We have to recognize that it is a vacation, and, you know, sitting out there and, you know, hanging on with both hands all night long, that a little of that goes a long way, to quote Marty Milner. But there may be a time when you're in on the coast, and there really isn't there's not a whole lot of fishing that goes on at night along the coast. There's a chance, you know, you're going to anchor up a spot somewhere. You can try at night. But, you know, long and short of it is, there's a lot of variables in there, a lot, and we're always adjusting our game plan to maximize whatever fishing opportunities there are, but also maximize, you know, the comfort of our anglers. So that's kind of an overview of it. There's so many different scenarios. I could sit here and speculate for a long time, but that's it. That's the overview.
There you go. Hey, thanks a lot for the call. That does free up 858-457-1090.
All right, Craig and Vista, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Craig.
And good morning to you. Got a question for Tim. All of us fishermen have seen a lot of changes in the regulations and the access to the islands, particularly Guadalupe and Cedros and Bonitas. But we don't know anything about the people involved in those negotiations, or what the procedures are, or what kind of payments or other considerations are made. But, Tim, I bet you can explain that to us.
Let's see. I think that first and foremost, when working down there, we have learned that face-to-face is the best way to do business, for sure. And there's an awful lot of interest in cooperation, no doubt about it. But again, face-to-face is the best way to do business, make introductions, and follow whatever path you need. I can tell you that everything that we do down there, Royal Star, for sure, is 100% above board, legal. There's no, you know, the old payola going on here or there. We don't operate that way. And an example of that is that it took us 3 years to obtain our permits to fish at Guadalupe. It probably could have been done quicker, but, you know, we went down every proper channel and you know, submitted our applications, developed our EIRs. We've worked with a biologist down there in Ensenada, just a phenomenal man, Gerardo Lopez, he's just been fantastic. That's what he does. He navigates the government, you know, the whole process for us and submits all our information. That's how we've gone about it. And for anybody and everybody who has a boat down there that has any kind of you know, concern about operating down there or going down there and making introductions, I can tell you from my personal experience, I've had nothing but positive interactions down there. And you know, Ken at SAC, he's the best example of that. You know, all of the business dealings and all of the relationships that he's developed down there through just going down there and meeting face to face and, you know, knocking on doors. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah. New president and power comes in first of the year in Mexico. How do you think that's going to affect our future down there?
I think that there seems right now to be an awful lot of enthusiasm for developing business opportunities. I think that right now my sense is that there's going to be some doors that are opened. You know, I think that obviously the political climate was really difficult the past couple of years, just from all the rhetoric flying and all that, and there was some it was difficult at times just because, you know, passions were inflamed. But I think that there's a much better climate now. You know, there's the deal negotiated between Mexico and the U.S. and Canada. I think that's going to be very helpful. Yep. There seems to be much more enthusiasm for working together, which, You know, in the world of anywhere, that's good, but in particular, recreational fishing, I think that there's going to be more opportunities.
Yeah. What about Cedros and Bonitas? I know it's a sore subject, but we have to address it. The crazy thing about Cedros and Bonitas is this one guy down there that caused the problem is causing Mexico to lose millions of dollars in revenue from the sport fishing boats that would go down there and basically utilize the resource much like they do.
I think that the most troubling thing about that, number one, Ricky, we were going to talk about it last time. We have permits to fish in the Vizcaíno Reserve, which is Natividad, Chester Rocks, Eugenia, and it extends like 1.5 miles to 2 miles north of Natividad. We have 100% permission to fish there. We are totally legal. I know we've run into a few snags this year. Some of the guys run down from Cedros and harass the boats that are down there and cry and point and tell us we can't. That's not true. We are 100% legal to fish there with the blessing of everybody there, government. You know, it's all good. But that said, I think it's very, very unfortunate that one of our boats, any of our boats, for all these years can fish around Cedros, can fish around Benita, and all the commercial guys, to this day, they wave, hey, we have a great relationship with everybody down there except the recreational fishermen.
Right.
Why is that?
That's wrong.
We are the same community. It is the same people. Almost every single trip on Royal Star, I have somebody that just got off a trip with Cedros Adventures. Almost every trip, it's the same people. Why are those guys so intent on targeting recreational fishing?
Yeah,
it's just an absolute mystery. It really, I get very troubled by it. The fact that it's recreational fishermen against recreational fishermen. What exactly is it that the recreational fishermen are doing down there that they don't want? Nothing. You know what I mean? We're all part of the same community. We should be working collectively towards developing opportunities down there along the coast, of which there are many.
Yeah, there are.
And hopefully the new regime will realize what they're costing the local people down there in revenues from the bracelets, the fishing licenses, the FMMs, everything.
The people themselves,
yes,
they're on
suffering.
the island, and those are the ones that can really make a difference. You know, like again, they're the ones that will be able to initiate change for the better. With our fleet fishing there, taking more people, introducing them to that fishing. I mean, that's how those sport fishing operations came into being, from long-range anglers being introduced to that area and wanting to explore it more. We're not in competition with those operations down there. The more people that we bring down there and introduce to that region, the more we'll go fishing with those operations, because it's totally different.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a totally different deal.
It's a different kind of fishing. So, you know, the fact that there are hundreds, thousands of people that can be introduced to that region that they are putting a no sign up to, saying, no, we don't want you here. It's counterintuitive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The thought that somehow if they shut down the long-range fleet, then all those customers will go there because they don't have a choice is exactly opposite of true. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
It's counterintuitive.
It's counterintuitive.
They don't even have the ability right now. They don't have the infrastructure to support.
No.
Listen to Jeff's report. They're booked full. They're completely
There's
full.
no more opportunity.
Solid. Yeah, it's like it's only going to help grow that region. There's obviously plenty of room down there for them to expand, and we can help with that.
Yes.
And it's
not going to hurt their business at all.
Absolutely not. It's going to do the opposite to have more people.
It.
Exactly.
More people
to that
turned
fishing.
on to the area. Hey, I was down here on the Royal Star. So what a beautiful place, man! I'd like to try one of these.
Yeah, I want to come back. I want to go back into that cool cove and fish for bass out of a skipper. I want to, there's all kinds of other things that you can do there that you can't do in a long range boat, and
vice versa.
Exactly. Enter the local operations. It's just there's a world of opportunity there, and you don't develop.
Bottom line is it's wrong, right? What's going on right now is wrong down there, and hopefully the new regime will correct it.
Hopefully the people on Cedros themselves and the sport fishing operations there will recognize that we are part of the same community. It's not to me it's the old ad, it's only a win-win. It's only a good deal if everybody wins. Right now, everybody isn't winning. Everybody's losing. It's bad. It's bad. The image is terrible. You know, I mentioned it earlier. You know, there's been a few situations where up comes the I don't know which operation it's from, but up comes a skiff, and it's got American sport fishermen, recreational fishermen, a skiff, and got the guy spinning circles around the boat, flipping you the bird, and telling you to get out of there. Like really?
What?
How is that okay? How is that good for that region? How is that good for Mexico? How is that good for tourism? How is that good for recreational fishing in our community? The fact that, again, the only ones that we've ever had a problem with along the coast of Mexico, mind you, I've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
The only ones we have ever had a problem with along the coast of Mexico are recreational fishermen.
American recreational
It's just
fishermen.
absurd. It's absurd.
Like you say,
it's just
counterintuitive.
wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
You got it. Why don't we jump right?
We got ranted up a little bit.
Ugh.
I know. Hey, it pisses me off too, man. It's just wrong.
Let's
It's
jump.
wrong because we're part of the same family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it's like. It's like fighting in your family. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fight with your brother. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, let's jump back into him and talk to Jason. He's calling us from Marina Del Rey this morning. What's up, Jason? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hello, Jason.
Quick question. Hello, you there?
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, buddy.
Hey, so when you had Sean from Fisherman's Processing on a couple weeks back, he was talking about when they sell their fresh fish and then they freeze some when it's time to, and they sell for discount. When do you guys freeze your fish after you vacuum seal or catch it?
I think that it's good in the fresh vacuum pack for about a week, and if you're not going to eat it within that week, you should freeze it right away. You might as well.
The better.
And if you have some, say you have some in the fridge there, day 4 or 5, and it's not looking like you're gonna be able to eat it fresh, freeze it. You know, the faster the better if you're not going to consume it fresh, and it will be perfect for at least a week, I'd say, after your trip gets in.
And then even when you freeze it, especially if you upgrade to the 5 mil bag.
Oh yeah.
Even when you freeze it, you take it out of the you take it out of the package, wrap it in paper towel, thaw it overnight in your refrigerator. It's like a fresh piece of fish a year later.
It really is. I'm the ultimate fish snob, and I've had a few droughts where the boat's tied up or whatever, and I reluctantly,
There's no fresh.
Yeah, I reluctantly, begrudgingly
Score
pull
some from a buddy.
Yeah,
like,
or no, I pull it out of the freezer.
Yeah, no,
because
I'm just saying when you can't score some from a buddy. All right,
exactly.
freezer time.
Yeah, Randy's not diving, giving me sea bass, but I'll pull one out of the freezer, and every time it blows me away how good it is.
Yes.
You know, is it perfect like the fresh one? No, but is it
Pretty
close?
close.
Is it close enough to where it blows my mind how good it is a year later, 9 months later, every time?
Yep, for sure. So there you go. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Appreciate that.
All right, how about next up we talk to Dan, who's calling us from Encinitas this morning. Good morning, Dan. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Question for Tim. I heard, I think Art was on from the Searcher last week talking about, it's kind of what you were talking about like the wildlife, and it's like a vacation, and they run those trips, and I know the Islander runs those white shark trips. What's the prime time for when there's the most white sharks around there, and what's the gnarliest thing you've seen as far as maybe one breaching to grab one of your fish?
Yeah, it's funny. Earlier we were talking about that. Like just another day at the office. Yeah, a 15-foot white shark flying out of the water with your tuna in his mouth is like, oh yeah, I saw that yesterday. I mean, not that it gets old.
Kind of one of the bonus deals.
Yeah,
right?
and it actually is. Now if it happens 10 times, it's not fun.
It's not fun,
but once or twice, it's pretty amazing, and it is part of the flavor of that island. I mean, there's nowhere in the world you can go and see that. It's just, it's breathtaking every time. I've seen, I don't know, a million of those things, and every time one swims by, you just have to stop and admire it. It's a
Amazing beast.
love-hate, needless to say, but they're pretty incredible animals. As far as the best time, probably right now, I would say September, October are the peak. When they really get in there and do their thing. We've had a lot of fishing there early, like in July, where you don't even see them. They aren't there. And then later, come November, last year was a perfect example.
Like disappear.
I swear to God, in 2 days,
Like
it
one
went
trip.
from shark rodeo to gone. They were gone. I mean, like everywhere you'd go, drop the anchor and you're coming back tight and there's already one on the meter. It's just, oh my God, here we go. And to just drop it anywhere and they were gone. And it happened literally in 2 days. Like one day it was like, there's a lot less of these things around. The next day they were gone.
Wow, somebody just said, hey, we're out of here.
Yeah.
It's time to go, boys.
Yeah, and it wasn't because the eating wasn't good, whatever. Something else, maybe something rang the bell, but they all took off. Anyway, this is the time of year we have. There's that said, talking about fishing around them. Sometimes they really get up in you, especially when it's bigger fish and you have to use lighter outfits to hook them because they're fickle or whatever. We can get beat up by them pretty bad, but we just have to drive away. But there's strategies that we employ, namely just pulling like all get out, you know what I mean? And we talked about it before. You pull like you're trying to break the line, and a lot of times you do, but I'd rather have the line break than have a shark eat it. Like, I don't care. The hook pulls out, line breaks, who cares?
One way or the other. Somebody's going to get it.
Exactly. I would much rather the fish be swimming free, a little line trailing off them than be the blue plate special again.
I remember hearing...
the white plate.
Yeah,
that's right.
I remember hearing stories of, trips in the past from the boys where, like, two buds would tag team it. Like, you got two fishing buddies that are going on the trip, and one would hook the fish and he'd pull on as hard as he could for about 3 minutes, a hand to his buddy, and they'd just pass the thing back and forth until the thing was boom on the deck, like
we had a lot of big ones last year that way.
That's what I heard.
A lot, and it wasn't just two of us. We do the round robin, 5 of us pulling on it. You know what I mean? Like, and
let's get this one.
You can't believe how fast we get some of those 130 pounders. I mean, like 2-3 minutes.
That's crazy.
But when you pull really hard on a tuna, there's a real consistent behavior. If you really pull, pull hard enough you're trying to break the line. You know what I'm talking about? Really getting down on it. They elevate. They come up and they plane up close to the surface, and we get most of those. I would say like 75-80% of them. If you just drop the hammer on them right out of the gates, they plane up, and if it's a surface battle, you're going to get that fish most of the time. If they go straight up and down, the classic, thump, 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 circling. Over every time.
Rod shakes about 2-3 times, and then that's it.
One quick run, and of course they wait until it's at color. Yeah. Right? You have to battle the thing the whole time. So, that is the trick. Just dropping the hammer and getting them to plane up early.
There you go. Hey, now, so let me ask you: this place that has 2 spots left on this Island Tackle 11-day, November 10th through the 21st, is Guadalupe one of the target spots for that?
I would say definitely. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
The only caveat to that is if that fish shows up on those lower banks, those bigger ones, we may opt to go that direction, which we've done both on that trip. Like I want to say, I can't remember. Last year we did fish at Guadalupe on that trip, but the year before that, actually 2 years in a row before that, we didn't. We went down and fished those lower banks.
Who's running that trip?
Brian's going to this year. Yeah, I'm on the next one, and Captain Gerby. Gerby has been hot.
He's been good.
Dude, it's been ridiculous. That guy has been on fire this year. Comes in, boatload of fish. There you go. Good luck. And I go out there and just battle my way to a catch. He goes back out again, just loads up. Like, everywhere he drops the anchor, they're waiting for him, man. He's been on a roll.
And then in late November, after Thanksgiving, early December, Rock on Rick's trip, the 12, is it 12:15?
Yeah, 12:15.
Right, 12:15.
That has a spot left open.
Nice.
It's been sold out for a year.
Yeah, that happens.
And spot opened up. So
let's go. I'm driving that one.
You're driving that one, sir. And you go down to Lower Banks, and then you drop off in Cabo and fly home.
That's right.
No uphill battle.
That's right.
The beauty of that trip is the options that exist. There isn't a big fish location that doesn't have the ability. And it was quite a years in the making, of finding the timing just right for that trip. It leaves very strategically several days after Thanksgiving. We get a great check from all 3 of the zones, whether it be, outer islands or down at the bank or along the beach. I mean, everywhere that big fish are that time of year is well within range of that trip, and a couple of days of check before we need to make a decision to bend in or bend out.
Everything's pointing this year. I want to make this point about that trip for sure, and then we have that trip after Christmas. It's right after New Year's. I'm keep trying to spit it out here. It's a 8/11. It's a Blackwater trip. There's a bunch of room on it right now, but that trip is specifically designed to fish those lower banks. We haven't talked about that one yet. It's a ride down, fly home on the 8th day from Cabo. So
wow,
it's going to
only an 8 day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to fish Leos Rock, going to fish the Ridge, Wahoo, all that, and then going to focus on those big fish on those lower banks. You know, Lusitania, Potato, Morgan, you know, Golden Gate, all that stuff in there, Finger Bank. And then on the 8th day, drop off in Cabo.
Yeah.
You're home. Exactly.
The last fishing day, you'll be a few hours ride from the airport.
Yeah, literally.
Perfect.
You're
so it
6
leaves
hours
on
out.
Saturday the 5th, so you're still here for New Year's.
Right.
And then you come back. You come back on the 16th.
Yeah. It's just a phenomenal trip.
Well-designed trip.
I forgot to mention it, but this year, you know, you heard John's report about all that tuna that's down there, and this is clearly there's been really good yellowfin tuna recruitment the last few years because that warmer water has been an abundance of warmer water. Their spawning range increased, so there's been good years for recruitment. We usually see it's like a 2 or 3 year lag. Well, we're seeing that now. I mean, there's yellowfin tuna everywhere. It's a good tuna year. I think we're going to see now, 3-4 consecutive years where that tuna is going to be readily available. Yeah. But that should reflect well upon the beach this year. You know, the beach, that's what we call that zone between Mag Bay and and Cabo. And that trip is set up perfectly to exploit that, as well as that Let's Talk Hookup trip. I mean, I'm really looking forward to putting some time in there.
This whole schedule here coming up for the next couple of months is pretty awesome. Hey, Dan, thanks a lot for the call. That does free up, for the first time in a long time this morning, 858-457-1090.
Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, more of your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Get ready for the largest event in our history. Saturday, November 3rd, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Hi, this is Doug Kern. Check out the great savings on Penn reels, including the Fathom Series and the redesigned International. These Penn reels are ideal for long-range anglers. At Tackle Day, come meet over 20 manufacturers' reps, including Penn. Plenty of seminars by saltwater experts, huge raffles, and most of all, incredible deals on tackle. Up to 60% off. Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 3rd. Check fishermanslanding.com.
This is Pete Gray to tell you about one of my favorite places to fish in the world. It's Whalers Cove Lodge in Angoon, Alaska. For several years now, we've been hosting groups at Whalers Cove, and this is certainly one trip I do not miss. Each year, the Powers family makes great improvements to the lodge that make this great lodge even better. New rooms, new boats, new fish processing facilities, new outdoor kitchen. The list goes on and on. As for fishing, the calm waters around Whalers Cove are 100 miles from any large town, so you will enjoy wilderness adventure without the crowds. Whalers Cove Lodge has some of the best salt and freshwater fishing in Alaska, and there's no need for a bumpy boat ride for hours. You can find productive fishing for salmon, halibut, and rockfish just 10 minutes from the lodge. Here's the deal. The word is out on Whalers Cove, so you want to go? Book soon. WhalersCoveLodge.com or call 800-423-3123. WhalersCoveLodge.com for the Alaska fishing experience of a lifetime.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
This is Chelsea from Dana Landing in Mission Bay. We are truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing has you covered with the Blackjack, perfect up to 4 anglers, or the Impulse, up to 6 anglers in comfort and style. Dana Landing has a huge tackle shop with everything you need to go fish bay bass, tuna, or marlin, and our staff will dial you in. We even have Mexican and California fishing licenses and reel repair. Our deli at Dana Landing is a local's favorite with all the food, ice, and beverages you need. Hey, need freshwater tackle? Head to East County Bait and Tackle, the ultimate in rods and reels, the latest freshwater lures and live bait. ECBT has a staff second to none when it comes to sharing their passion for fishing. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check out DanaLanding.com for more details.
There's nothing more peaceful than fishing. Just me, my pole, and some bait. Oh, and my life jacket, of course. I like fish, but I don't want to end up at the bottom of the water with them. Save the ones you love. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
This is Captain Art Taylor of Searcher Sport Fishing. Come join our seasoned crew led by Captain Aaron, Remy, and me on a fishing adventure to remember. Our 2018 schedule is available now with multi-day trips to fit your budget. The Searcher has remodeled cabins, an RSW system to preserve your catch, and great meals prepared by our chefs. Don't wait. Book your adventure online now at searchersportfishing.com or call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403. Visit searchersportfishing.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Been a very busy morning. If you want to get through, great opportunity right now. 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. It's time to find out what's cooking right now. And today, our fish cooking report, sponsored in part by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength and durability. Local tuna and yellowtail fishing is happening right now, and you should make that Gamakatsu Nautilus hook your go-to hook. It has the strength and durability as well as the right design that makes it an easy hook to pin on your bait and put your fish on the deck. Get Gamakatsu Nautilus hooks at your favorite tackle store, and a great opportunity to buy those hooks next Saturday at Tackle Days. Buy two, get one free on Gamakatsu hooks.
On all Gamakatsu hooks.
Never happens.
Buy two, get one free on the best hook in the biz.
You got it, man.
How about
Pretty
that?
sweet
At
deal.
Tackle Day on Saturday. Hey, Yanni, what's cooking?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to all the fishermen out there. And that does sound like a screaming deal on those hooks. Hey,
Better
listen.
Get down there.
For the past 2 weeks, my Facebook page has been getting swamped with tuna questions. So it's funny you guys are talking about tunas today. So I've been getting an assortment of questions of how do I smoke tuna, how do I smoke tuna belly, how do I smoke skipjack. Oh, my God. So I fired up my smoker for the first time this summer, and I smoked some tuna belly. It just turned out incredible. On my new video recipe that's out today, I go through the very simple basics for smoking tuna and for generally smoking fish, starting from why it's important to get to the right temperature and keep the right temperature, why it's important to develop a pellicle skin, and exactly what internal temperatures are you looking for so that you can safely consume your smoked fish and keep it free from bacteria. It's just a great recipe. I even talk about the difference between wet brines and dry brines. So it's all in that recipe.
Wow. At fishermansbelly.com. We'll have it up on our website on our Angler's Table section of letstalkhookup.com. Yanni, always fantastic, and what a great deal to do right now. Smoked tuna belly. Fishermansbelly.com. Thanks, Yanni. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
See you, Yanni.
You bet. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
All right, for sure. Hey, 877-792-1090, the only line open in the building.
All right, let's jump back into them. This time we're going to talk to Chuck. He's calling us about Dana Point this morning. Hi, Chuck. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, you guys. Thanks for having me on. Going out half day with the Clemente today with my grandson for the first time. I got both of them coming. So it'll be like 6 Freemans on the boat. But,
that's great.
You know, that smoked fish, that's the best way to get your bonita and then vacuum seal it. It lasts for a while.
Indeed.
You don't have to freeze it that way.
At Fisherman's Processing, Sean has that, the smoke
product.
The brine.
The brine mix.
Yeah, so he has it in packages now. You can it's pre-made. All you have to do is add water, and then you put your fish in there and smoke it.
Wow. Yeah, if you like the smoked
I got
product
another
that they
question.
have,
the recipe. The secret
off
recipe is no longer secret.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
Chuck, go ahead.
Hey, on the 2-speed that you guys rent, are they going to be for sale at the sale next weekend? Do you guys get rid of those or not?
The rental gear definitely will not be part of the sale, only because the equipment that they use is so new. You know, most of those Talicas that are part of the Fisherman's Landing rental fleet are new, and it's worthy of mentioning for those that don't know. You know, the rental gear, with all this big fish that's been around the last few years, is not the same as it once was. there's no longer renting a narrow 4.0 and calling it good for your bluefin outfit. I mean, the rental tackle available when you're going at Fisherman's Landing is Talica 12s, 16s, 20s, 25s, all on CalStar Graphiters, Spectra. I mean, it is premium quality tackle, but the gear is still new. You know, I mean, Fisherman's Landing employs 2 people full time that are dedicated to that rental gear, whether it be, you know, putting guides on rods when they get banged around, to fresh top shots and new connections and rebuilding reels in the off season. So no, the gear fortunately is still in primo tip top shape. So no getting used with there.
But deals on everything.
But the new is going to be on such a discount that you wouldn't want to buy a used one anyway.
No, for sure. Hey, especially with the free Power Pro.
That's what I'm saying.
Gosh, yeah. Thanks a lot for the call. Speaking of rental tackle, you have loaner tackle on the Royal Star. For example, if you're going on the fly down, fly back 4-day trips in Mazatlan in January or March, you don't need to bring any gear. It's all there.
That's correct. Yep.
Wow.
Oh,
and we don't have an unlimited supply, but we can outfit at least 10 anglers.
And you
for
just
that
let Tracy know, I need the gear.
Yeah.
And it'll be set aside.
Yeah, and it's real simple.
And how much does that cost extra?
It's going to cost about, for the line on the reels, and it gets like $100. You know,
I mean, but you're not charging for the tackle. You're just charging for the line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, whatever, we have to service the gear afterwards. It's inexpensive. I don't even think it'd be $100. It's like $20 a rig.
Yeah.
You know,
and
because we don't replace a Spectra every time. We just replace the top shot. You know?
Sure.
So it's very reasonable. We're not in the tackle rental business. We just want to make sure. We want to make it as convenient as possible for everybody. We want our gear to be top notch, of course. But the gear requirements on those trips are really simple.
That's what I was just going to say. You don't need a ton of stuff.
You don't. It's offshore fishing. You know, the kite gear the boat has, so if you're going to be kite fishing. But as far as fly line and baits, a couple of rigs. You know, you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's
like what? Like what size?
I think you're going to have your 100-pound top shot and your 130. That's probably the two you're going to have. I don't really want to fish lighter than that down there.
Yeah.
You know, there may be an exception to that rule somewhere, and if somebody wants to bring something lighter to fish with, that's fine. But that would be the loaner gear that we would hand out.
There you go.
Small 100. I would say I'd be bringing what I plan on bringing on my trip is my Talica 25 with 100-pound, and then a larger like a Tiagra 30, something like that, like a larger 100-pound outfit, and then my Talica 50 with 130-pound. Small 100-pound, a big 100-pound, and a standard 130-pound. I'm bringing 3 rods when I go on my Mazatlan trip.
Yep, that's all you need.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, let's go ahead and jump into the phones.
All right. How about this time we talk to Dee? Dee's calling us from Laguna Beach this morning. What's up, Dee? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, morning, guys. You know, Tim, I've been on your boat about 3 times over the years. But my question for you is this. Maybe a hard one. What is some of the most spectacular, most phenomenal things you ever witnessed being on the boat?
Uh-huh.
You know, I was looking at, we have a monitor here, and I was looking at your question. I'm kind of mulling through these, and I have to be completely honest. There's been so many. I mean, up to the last trip that I was out, there are so many like daily events that are just they're beyond description. I can't even. You know, it's like you have to have a frame of reference to understand it. And I actually get asked this occasionally when we're out and some socializing with my wife, works, friends, whatever, kids, and somebody will ask me that, oh, you're a fisherman, what's something cool you see? And, I start to describe something, and you can just see their eyes just glaze over. There's just no
whatever,
frame.
Fish boy.
Well, yeah, exactly. There's just no frame of reference. What I can say is that what's common to us is just so beyond amazing. You're
like a
seeing,
simple school of dolphin.
Hey, you're just seeing. That's a great example. You're just seeing nature in its most raw, real form, and that's part of the long range fishing experience. I really do my best to emphasize that when we're out on a trip. I can't tell you how many times it'll be like a big pod of sperm whales, 50 or 60 of them blowing and doing their thing, and I'll veer off and go over there and check them out, slow the boat down and make an announcement, hey, you guys come check this out, there's a bunch of sperm whales. I mean, who sees a pod of sperm whales? You know what I mean? You don't see that. Or beaked whales, breaching beaked whales. I mean, that's one example, but my point is that is a big part of going out to sea on a long range boat, that you are in the middle of nature in its real form, man, and everybody sees stuff that you just can't, you can't even believe it.
What about a 300-pound yellowfin tuna blowing up on your bait? You don't see that
right next to the boat,
right?
Yeah. Like Ricky was talking about, we were dumping bait to make room for fish, and there's this big meatball next to the boat. Oh my gosh, I think that just reminded me. We were at Clipperton Island, and there was a bait ball of miniature Dorado.
Oh,
right,
rad!
All miniature Dorado, like it was a couple thousand of them, and tuna were just blasting them, right? So we pull into this spot, and everybody hooks one, and the whole ball swims right to the boat. I mean, they're literally next to the hull.
Whole ball of Dorado.
I'm scooping them. I get a scoop out because bait's at a premium time. I'm scooping these mini Dorado, and as I'm scooping them, I'm literally thinking about I'm going to get the scoop ripped out of my hand. There's 150, 200 pounders blowing out, blasting through these Dorado.
That must have been incredible.
Dorado flying through the air, getting knocked out right there under my feet.
Right under your feet.
I thought that I might get the scoop ripped out of my hand by one of these tuna, inadvertently hitting it as I'm trying to scoop.
That's mine. Give it.
And I was the only one on the stern. Everybody on the boat had one on, and all of them went up
attention.
All of them went up to the bow. They were up the side. I was back there on the stern alone, scooping these Dorado with giant tuna blowing out under my feet, and nobody around. Someone
come look at this.
Somebody hook one, but they already got one. Everybody already has one.
Yeah, he's got one. Hey, thanks a lot. Good question.
That's
thanks
awesome.
a lot for the call this morning. Let's try and sneak another one in.
You got it. How about we talk to John, who's calling us from Upland this morning. Good morning, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I just called to want to thank you for the $50 gift card that I won yesterday.
Hey, you got it, buddy. You're the big winner.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be going to the taco day tomorrow. Next week.
Next Saturday.
You should,
my question is next Saturday, yeah.
So you're going to pick up your gift card. Just come and see us at the broadcast there. Ricky will have your gift card for you.
Ready to roll, buddy. Congratulations, John. We're really stoked.
Okay, one more question. Is the Telica 12 going to be on sale?
All reels will be on sale at Tackle Days.
Now you can't.
I am
all reels will be on
yes.
sale, including the ones that aren't supposed to be on sale.
I would love to tell you more specifically. All I can say is all reels will be on sale. Yes, right.
At least
at a minimum.
Plus free Power Pro.
So that is
that's
the thing.
Another several.
The deal exactly, John, is that there will be a minimum of 10% off of every reel, some even greater than that, and the reel you're mentioning, in addition to whatever discount applies, will also be free Spectra as well. It is just the single best time to buy that reel, period.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the call, John. We'll see you at Tackle Day next Saturday. Mark and Santee, just about a minute left for you.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, I got a question for Tim. Do you ever have downtime, a lot of downtime for maintenance on your boat?
We take the month about between the middle of March or the second week of March to the third or fourth week of April. We shut down. We haul the boat out of the water. We do all our major mechanical maintenance, all our major cosmetic. So, yes, we shut down for 5 weeks a year. Just stop and we address the list that we accumulate over the years, and we make a lot of improvements at that time also.
You have to do a maintenance every year on a long-range boat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we run the boat nonstop from June 15th to Thanksgiving. We don't shut down.
How many days on the water?
Well, the boat's on the water at least 290 days, 300 days a year.
300 days.
Yeah,
those are fishing days.
You shut down basically for 5 weeks for 40 days or something like that.
Do all the major projects, take care of everything, and then we maintain her throughout the year, as you can imagine.
Of course.
There's little things that
always
are going on. You're tending to things. It's amazing what we can accomplish in 4 hours in a turnaround.
It's crazy.
It is. I mean, I've seen you do pretty major things. What about simple things like changing fuel filters or changing oil, doing oil changes and stuff like that?
Every 400 or 500 hours, and we just do that when we go to the fuel dock.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have everything on a schedule. We log all of our maintenance. We run everything on a schedule. All our systems that it's a long list, but it's a coordinated effort that we track, log, and that's how you keep things running right.
Yeah.
And you never avoid all of the mechanical, troubles, but you can eliminate, I'd say 75-80% of them by routine maintenance.
Yep. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we're finding out who's going fishing with Captain Taro and the Liberty. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
Saturday. Saturday, November 3rd is Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Seminars by saltwater experts, incredible deals on tackle, top tackle manufacturers like AFTCO showing off their full line of clothing built for saltwater anglers. Check AFTCO out at Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 3rd.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 19 stores and more to come throughout Southern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
Pete here to tell you about our friends Jim and Mary and their incredible crew at Poway Valley Collision. I hear it all the time. Hey, I took my car to Poway Valley Collision, and you were right. Mentioned you guys, and they gave us the VIP treatment, fixed our car, and even gave us a special price. Believe me when I say Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them now, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And I'm not fooling. Our listeners can save hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, and Wawanesa, and more. All you do is call Jim, Mary, or any of their team members, and they do all the rest. No hassles, just top-notch work and VIP treatment. I had my car repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
Don't be the last to get one, especially now. The all-new Brutus Max Torque from Ace Line Hauler. You can catch more lobster and pull deeper with the Ace Line Hauler. It's faster and stronger, so you can get those bugs in the boat. Easy to store and low power draw. The Ace Line Hauler is the highest quality and certainly the best on the market. Just ask a friend who has one. Get the new Brutus Max Torque by Ace Line Hauler today. Buy now at acelinehauler.com or your local tackle shop.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, the winner going fishing on the Liberty at a Fisherman's Landing on a full-day trip. That's going to Chuck in Dana Point. And then also the culmination of 2 days going to the great CCA event on November the 10th at Hub SeaWorld. And a big thanks to Steve at Dana Landing who bought that table out of his own pocket.
$500.
That's awesome. That's going to Dave in La Mesa. Dave, congratulations. You and 9 of your friends are going to be enjoying a great time at the CCA event.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. And thank you, Captain Tim Ekstrom. What a great operation. I cannot wait to get back on the Royal Star.
Sure is a pleasure. Boy, fastest time in the world. These 2 hours, Let's Talk
Doesn't it go quickly?
Yeah, it does, and it just amazes me. I want to thank everybody. Thank all the Royal Star anglers. Follow along on our website, RoyalStarSportFishing.com. Daily reports are going on. There's a lot of trips. We talked about the few of them, the 8, 11 in January, the Mazatlan trips we have coming up. There's a lot of space, a lot of opportunities to get in this winter fishing, big fish, variety fishing. It's all there.
Yeah.
Give us a jingle. Look it up on the website. Talk to me. Talk to Brian. Talk to Tracy. You can book online. A lot of ways to get a hold of us, 619-224-4764. It's going to be just an extension of a great year.
Yes,
I think so too, man. I really do.
That, for sure. And we're looking forward to having you live at Tackle Day. Next Saturday, we'll be live right there in front of Fisherman's Landing for the big event, Tackle Day, at Fisherman's Landing, 7 to 9 a.m. next Saturday.
You got it, buddy.
November 3rd. And next Sunday, Captain Mike Pritchard from the Tribute will be here in the Mighty 1090 studios. Thanks to Adam for all he does on the other side of the glass, and we'll see you right back here on the Mighty 1090.